Well, good morning, guys, from Totoro. I'm just sipping on a little of the wild cherry berry tea from Celestial Seasonings with some of the pearl powder from Moon Juice Shop, just a little pinch, some of the Mucuna Pruriens powder from Moon Juice Shop, and the chocolate stevia sweet leaf drops. OMG, guys. This flavor combination is like a dark chocolate covered cherry. It is so decadent. I'm having this pre-coffee to antioxidize, I suppose. I'm really getting the antioxidants and pearl in today with this, and then I'll have my beauty dust in my coffee. But anyways, as you all can tell from the thumbnail of this video, the other day I filmed myself making a recipe video to share with you guys, something that I really enjoy using some of the ingredients that I get on Vitacost. You all really seem to enjoy my last Cook With Me Vegan cooking video where I made the turmeric carrot balls. So if you missed that one, check it out. Many of you have commented and messaged me and commented on my Instagram that you have made the recipe and really love it, and that just makes me so happy to know you guys are enjoying it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that footage in here, but if you stick around at the end of this video, I've got some points to make about skincare with regards to just some of the questions you guys have been asking me, something about Cerave and niacinamide. So if that interests you, you can skip ahead to the end or, watch whatever part of the video you want, but I hope you enjoy the recipe. Okay, so first up I'm just gonna shred this little baby zucchini to put into my Italian focaccias. Then you get a snack once you get down to the nubbin. But I just cut my zucchini in half to make the shredding a little bit more expeditious. Okay, and so for this recipe, you really don't need many ingredients at all. This is just the zucchini that I just grated, and then just to cut down on the number of containers that I'm using, I just went ahead and measured out my organic Thompson cauliflower rice. You could use regular cauliflower. This is about a cup of it. If you use regular cauliflower, you just want to pulse it in your food processor to kind of get it to ricey consistency. I guess these are more like, I don't know, pearls. I'm not entirely sure. Cauliflower couscous, who knows. Anyway, so you've got the one zucchini and the cup of the cauliflower. And then in this little small container, I have measured out 1 cup of my Vitacost gluten-free garbanzo flour. I love this stuff so much. I think this is also sold as something called besan or bisan. It's basically just ground up garbanzo beans. It's gluten-free. It actually has quite a bit of protein per serving. It's 7 grams. And I just really, of all of the gluten-free flours, this one is my favorite simply because of the flavor that it imparts to things. It just makes things have kind of a little buttery taste to them, honestly. I prefer this over almond flour. I prefer it over coconut flour. My other favorite flour is oat flour because that's pretty cheap and easy to make, but I've really been enjoying that. So anyways, moving right along, I have 1 cup of the garbanzo flour here, a tablespoon of flaxseed, which is going to serve as the binder in here, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda that I just measured out there. And then spice-wise, I'm going to be using the rosemary that I got from Vitacost. This is organic. And then some non-organic, probably toxin-laden chickpea oregano that I happen to have, but am okay with. You probably want to use better quality stuff than this, but la-di-da. And then you also need 1 cup of warm water. Normally I store my chickpea flour in this mason jar, and I had exactly 1 cup of the garbanzo chickpea flour in the mason jar. I dumped it into this bowl, and then rather than getting another container, I just poured in some water in here. And this is water that I had boiled this morning for some tea and some coffee, and had about a cup left that was just about kind of warm temperature. You don't want cold water for this, is key. So first up, I'm just going to marry those little dry ingredients in this baby bowl here. Now the chickpea flour and the flaxseed meal, once you start adding that warm water, it's gonna absorb quite a bit of the liquid in the water, quite a bit of the water. Chickpea flour really holds on to water well, so it expands quite a bit. Even though this doesn't look like a lot as far as dry ingredients, it's really quite a bit. Okay, so that's good and mixed, and now I'm just gonna dump in arbitrarily. You guys know how I spice measure. Some oregano. I really like a lot of seasonings and spices in my foods, but titrate to your flavor profile. And then for expediency, I think what I'm gonna do is probably like, can y'all see that? That's about how much oregano I'm just gonna throw in there. And just give them a little marriage here. This is like an Italian wedding going on in the bowl. It smells so good. Okay, so now I'm just going to add everything, to marry everything together into a larger bowl. So I've got my dry ingredients with the herbs. Smells so good. Just dump her in. And I've got my veg. Leave no veg behind, guys. No veg behind. All right. And I'm just going to commingle everybody together. Already that chickpea flour is starting to absorb some of the liquid from the zucchini. You don't have to add zucchini into this recipe. You could just add more cauliflower. You may end up needing a little bit more water. You could also add chopped onion. Okay, so you can see here the dough is kind of, almost looks like pastry dough. And now you're just gonna add some of the warm water, but you're gonna add it slowly and not all at one time. You can see here, see if I can do this one-handed. I'm just gonna give it a crude mix, a crude fold. And you can see how it really starts to absorb all that liquid, and it kind of puffs up. Smells so good, you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and add I've got about 1/4 cup left of the warm water here. I'm just gonna go ahead and add, and there we have it. All right, so I have just taken a 6-cup muffin tin and sprayed the cups with nonstick cooking spray and filled each of them about 3/4 of the way full with my batter. That used exactly all of my batter with nothing to spare, which is perfect. And the reason I did it 3/4 of the way full is that these do puff up a little bit, so I wanted to make sure that I was accommodating for for the expansion. And then I have just topped these guys sort of rustically, if you will, with a little bit of a few sprinkles of the rosemary and some raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. So I'm gonna put this into the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and it's about to get aromatic in here, so. All right, and boom, they just came out of the oven. Smells delicious. You can see they set up pretty nicely. I just popped them out of the muffin tin, and I've been letting them cool here, and now they can go in the fridge. These are so delicious, guys. I hope you all make them. I'll list all of the ingredients in the description box below, as well as the measurements aside from the spices, because you all saw how I kind of arbitrarily dumped. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having these. These go really great with like a hearty tomato vegetable soup. They're really delicious in that manner. So I'm excited to have these along with my dinner tonight. So yeah, those come out really good. I obviously filmed myself making them a few days ago, and I've been just eating them throughout the week. They're so delicious. It's hard actually to just stop at one. And they do really taste like Italian focaccia with that rosemary in there. But anyways, oh, this tea, you guys. Let me take a sip. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is my good old friend Cerave, really quickly. You guys know I'm a huge fan of this, and many of you in Europe are able to get this on iHerb, which is fantastic. This I love because this line, okay, this is the one that I use in the morning, Cerave AM. It has sunscreen in it as well as ceramides for moisturization, and this is the one that I often use at nighttime. It does not have sunscreen on it because you don't need sunscreen at bedtime on your face. I use these on my face, by the way. It also has the ceramides in it. They both have hyaluronic acid, which is a humectant, holds on to water. So that in combination with the ceramides, these are lotions, they really make a nice lightweight moisturizer for the face. It's very, very moisturizing, won't break you out. However, these two guys have an ingredient in them called niacinamide, which I love, okay? Niacinamide is an ingredient that has been shown to be helpful for kind of imparting a skin brightening effect. It's anti-inflammatory. Excuse me, and it can really improve the redness of actually both rosacea, if people aren't irritated by it, and the redness of a sunburn, as well as a variety of other kind of inflammatory skin conditions. So that's why brands like Cerave and other skincare products are, you know, putting it in things. It's actually a logical ingredient to put into skincare products. And I made a video a while back about why I love Cerave so darn much, so make sure you check that out if you're like, what is she talking about here? But what I wanted to say is I've been in reading all of your comments since making that video. Many of you endorsed that the niacinamide in these is really, really irritating to you and that you cannot tolerate it, and Cerave just doesn't work for you. And I was like, really? That's interesting. I've never heard that. See, I learn a lot from you guys, actually. I mean, things that I never hear in my day-to-day dermatology world come into my world by virtue of you guys, which I really appreciate. But anyways, so I combed through the medical literature, and turns out in the studies of niacinamide, not Cerave, but just plain topical niacinamide applied to the face, the studies where they actually showed these skin benefits of brightening or redness or anti-inflammatory, in those studies, I want to say, depending on the study, anywhere from maybe 1 to 2% of the subjects who were being studied who got the niacinamide did in fact endorse exactly what you guys are describing, this kind of burning and tingling sensation. So it does occur. It is, you know, I guess a potential downside of the niacinamide. However, in those studies, they all say that the subjects with continued use, because they were on a protocol and they kind of had to, I guess, keep using it so long as it wasn't, you know, causing them frank harm, the subjects continued using it and they got used to that. So, you know, and they didn't really elaborate on how long the subjects had to use it before they got used to it. So, you know, I would say if you purchase this and you find that it stings when you put it on, try using a little bit less perhaps, and try alternating it in the beginning with another moisturizer that doesn't have this in it, such as just, you know, the Neutrogena oil-free moisturizer, you know, another just bland, fragrance-free moisturizer. Just alternate, you know, every other night, kind of build up your skin palette, I guess you will, to tolerating the niacinamide. Alternatively, if you're like, I don't want to mess with that, you know, I got things to do. The Cerave Moisturizing Cream, let me just fact check this. This is the one. This is the heavy hitter. This is industrial strength. I really love this. If you're gonna buy one Cerave product, I would say this is like a holy grail for me. I mean, I cannot live without this in my life, okay? I put this to my entire body from pretty much the neck down in the shower as soon as I turn the water off onto wet skin, and it just seals the water into my skin. I don't put this on my face because it just never dawned on me to do it that way. I thought I would be too heavy as a cream. My mother uses it on her face and loves it. And many of you comment that you like it on your face and tolerate it just fine. It doesn't break you out, doesn't clog your pores. So I myself have tried it a few times and find that likewise, it's great. So, you know, if you don't want to deal with the niacinamide, you're looking for something, maybe this is a little bit more moisturizing, I would say, but it's not going to break you. I haven't noticed any like breaking me out kind of thing. So give this a try on your face if you want to bail on the niacinamide. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys because it's coming up a fair amount and I was interested to learn that, and I'm really grateful to you guys for sharing that with me. So yeah. Oh, you guys, this tea is so good. I mean, I was never a tea drinker. It's like, I don't know. I mean, but anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that focaccia recipe. It was a ton of fun to make. And I love sharing recipe videos with you guys and kind of some of the foods that I make. And you all really seem to enjoy my Vitacost and iHerb and grocery hauls. So I think it's kind of fun to show you guys what I do and what I come up with some of those ingredients. And I really love it when you all comment and tell me what you likewise get from these places. I get a lot of fun ideas. I get many fun ideas. And I like to hear what you all are making, and if you made any of my recipes. A lot of you have commented on my Instagram that you made my turmeric carrot balls and really like them, so I love those things. My dilemma with them, however, is that I can't just eat like a serving of them. I pretty much just polish the whole thing off. They are so good, you guys. So good. I mean, you don't have to be vegan to enjoy these recipes. I mean, I put that in the title so that people who are seeking, you know, vegan recipes know that that's what it is. But you certainly don't have to be any particular dietary inclination to like these, in my opinion. I think they're fantastic and I really enjoy them. So I hope you try the recipe and let me know how it goes for you. But I'm gonna get moving for my work day today. So give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.